So, guys, I released a video earlier about a issue that was going on in Monroe City. Well, I want to talk more about the justice system in our area. And one of the main reasons that made me want to run for public office, right? So I remember back in 2022, I was in a home and the landlord wanted me to use the LA rental assistance. And I didn't need it. I didn't need it. But she was urging me to use it. And I didn't sign up for it. They signed up for it for me. And when I did need it, and I eventually did need it, which was towards the end of the year. It was about October when I did actually need it. I signed up for they signed up for me, and I just did the rest of it for them. Once I done that and done my part for me to receive the funds, January the 1st, I was given an eviction notice. I was wondering why. They were saying, oh, and I'm still paying my rent, by the way, y'all. I'm still paying my rent at this time. I'm still paying my rent, the full amount at this time. So they say, oh, they're not going to pay your rent and this, that, and the third. So I called them, which I never, talked to them before. So some just say call them. I did. When I contacted them, y'all wouldn't believe that they had paid my rent 3 months before and 4 months after, while I was still paying my rent. So I say, well, I'm still paying my rent. Why y'all paying anything when I'm still paying my rent? She say, stop paying your rent. You don't supposed to be paying your rent. They could not do anything to you until your 4th month after you have done this. I was evicted in April. I was wrongfully evicted in April. The constable came over, which I had the videos out for those who seen them, and for those who didn't see them, I'll be happy to drop them back again. The constable came out, and this is one thing he held loyal to. The address was incorrect, right? The Louisiana state law and constitution says if documents are improperly addressed, that the process has to be overdone. It has to be redone, right? Not this constable. Not Ouachita Parish Court System. We okay with what you got. Yeah, what you got is fine with us. We'll process them. We don't have a problem with it. As long as his skin color looks like this, we'll process him. Because we know what it takes to keep our jails running. Yeah. We know what it takes to line the pockets of the individuals who work for us. We know what it takes to get a self-litigant, myself, and a person that's running for public office off the documents, right? We know what it takes. We try to give them a felony. Or we can make them in a system commit so many crimes and put it in the news so that the community will no longer want to see him or view him as a good person. Because who holds the narrative of the news? The elites. And when they don't want you in a place because you do things right, and they know they will fall victim to you, they don't want you there. They're not going to want me as president. They didn't want me as congressman. They're not going to want me as anything. Now, one thing I will not do, I will not stop the media for being the media. But I will hold those ones accountable that like to lie on people. Guys, I say this to say this right here. I didn't even know my charges before America knew them. Because they didn't just share my charges with one news media. KTVE sold that news to multiple medias. I contacted them all about it. And I asked them nicely, could you watch these videos and you'll see what has happened. You can hear not a man that make the law, but a man that supposed to articulate the law, Justin Lester, Assistant Attorney General, tell the constable, oh, go back and let your wife rewrite the paperwork to make him feel better. No, that's not how it's done. You should have told your constable to hold on. That is, if the address is incorrect, then the owner of the property needs to refile the eviction. Would have been fine with me. If everything was correct, because I know I didn't do anything wrong, I could have sued them. There's still a pending suit right now against them in Ouachita Parish. So we don't have that issue. We know we was good, but now I got to go back and get this lie off of me so that I can continue that suit. And Ouachita Parish, no, they did so wrong until they doubled down. They got Shane Smiley, a police jury involved. They got Steve Tu involved. They got Judge Winters involved. And then they got Catherine Sims, which is the district attorney involved, which is under Steve Tu, all a conflict of interest. And they knew that if I blew this case, that they can all land themselves in jail. So what did they do? They lied to the end. And they even told me when I wanted to file an appeal because of the new evidence in the case, that I had to send everything through them. Here I am, a self-litigant. Now, I don't know everything. I won't portray to know everything. I'm not going to tell you I know everything. But I know enough to know that this system railroaded me. I know enough to know to say that this system has took my kindness and my lack of knowledge of the law and beat me on it. Well, that's why I signed up for Penn State University. See, what they didn't know is that I was a seasoned paralegal. And although I didn't know the remedies of the law, I knew the rim, I knew the law, but I didn't know what it took to get it over to the second appellate court. So they decided they was going to do it for me. But what they sent was to make it look like I didn't have new evidence, but to make it look like I was trying to reopen a case that was already closed. That was not what I was trying to do. But Judge Winters knew what he was trying to do. Because Judge Winters is getting ready to retire, if he haven't already retired, before this video drops. He's getting ready to retire. And he knows that he won't be there to have to handle that heat, so he think. I promised him jail time, and jail time he going to get. So I signed up for Penn State University with the law background that I have already. The law background I have already, I took an 8-year course and dropped into a 2-year. 2 years. I'll be in school 2 years before I become a federal prosecutor. And you better rest for sure that they will answer to me when I become that. I'm going to go back and dig this case up myself. I'm going to investigate this myself because the FBI chose not to do so because they paid off. The DOJ chose not to do so because they paid off. Now, y'all remember back in 2018, I am the CO officer that brought the light, the whistleblower as they call me, that brought the light to Richwood Correctional Center. I'm the one who exposed them of their wrongdoings, right? KTVE was a news media that done this July the 10th, 3 days before my birthday. They went to the jail July the 22nd and said, oh, everything is perfect. Everything is this, everything is that. But what they did not know is I recorded the news anchor calling me 2 nights prior to me calling her and let her know what happened, because the FBI was out there. She called me and she said, you wouldn't believe what assignment they put me on. I said, what is that? She said, they sent me to a big old cotton field to do a story over there. And she said, and when I pulled up, they had a big old bouquet of cotton. She's a black woman now. They had a big bouquet of cotton as a gift for me. What? Then I haven't heard from her anymore. She told me, after she told me that they really the DOJ wanted to control the narrative, and the DOJ and the people at the jail, Richwood Correctional Center, was telling her how to do this story. That they needed to turn this story around, or else. Well, we have to understand who lines KTVE news pockets. So they turned that story around. And they made me from a hero to a liar. Just that quick. Now, if I didn't have those recorded phone calls, people say that wasn't factual. But that's one thing I want America to see when I become president. How easy that our system is manipulated. How easy. It is very easy to manipulate this system because there is no one responsible to hold them responsible. The FBI been bought off. The DOJ been bought off. So I'm going to let y'all know, during my campaign, y'all going to hear these things about me. But if you really want to know the truth, ask me. I'm never afraid to tell you the truth. And I'm never afraid to show you the videos. Never. Thank you all. I'm going to have a third part of this video as well, talking about what happened to me just recently.